coming into
Round
tonight.
1. Fight.
3rd and 5. Shortest distance on the 3rd down. They try to go the distance, and they will. Sheeta, cheat code again. Tyreek touchdown.
Round 2.
Late switch by
Fight.
Herbert. Out of the pocket, 2 receivers this side. Williams, feet down. Touchdown. Mike Williams. Dolphins bring 4. Herbert escapes. He's going to take off and get the first down on the ground. Slide inside the 20-yard line and move the chains inside the 5-minute mark.
Final round. Fight.
It's been a long offseason. I'm excited for week 1. The preseason is extremely fun, but it's not the same. It's not the same when every game matters. It's not the same when you're over there cheering for your division teams to lose. It's not the same when you're over there cheering for your fantasy football leagues. We're finally back. Especially the way the season ended for us last season. We all want to go out there and seek redemption. We all want to go out there and just see our team dominate because we all see how talented it is. I think this team is hungry. I think this year we play differently. I think this year we break the Charger curse. I think this year we show the NFL world what the Chargers can do. Now, going into week 1, the biggest story is not just the season opener for us, but it's going to be Tua Tagovailoa versus Justin Herbert. They were in the same draft class, and I know a lot of people don't like the QB comparisons, but I think it's only fair, especially because they were drafted in probably the best QB draft class we've ever seen. I mean, the fact that you have Joe Burrow, Herbert, Tua, and Jalen all in that same year. 2 of them have already been to Super Bowls. I think Herbert will get to one soon, and we have Tua out there proven. Look, here's my thing. I know people love Tua, and I have nothing against Tua. I think he's a great person. I think he's a good player. I've seen Tua, when you zone him, he can carve up defenses. I've seen him nickel and dime people down the field, and he can be deadly, just hitting people in the middle and really just taking advantage when people decide to zone him out. And I understand why defenses zone him out, because of the fact that people are all afraid of the speed from Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill. Unfortunately, one of the things that's plagued Tua a lot is going to be his injuries, and he's not a big guy. So the hits that he takes, it's scary to see sometimes. Like, it's scary to see. I mean, I was watching the game where, that crazy injury happened on the field. Players really kind of ragdoll him sometimes. So, you know what? Before we start anything, Miami, I really hope that you can get a full season of Tua healthy. He can play well, and, you can kind of see what you really have in him. But I want this year, and I hope this year, that you do not have to deal with the fact that Tua goes through an injury. I hope he can stay healthy and really show what he can do. I know a lot of Miami fans are really high on him, so you know what? I want to see that. I want to see the potential that he can bring. I want to see him win some close games. Well, just not against my team, but that is something I'm very hopeful for. And I'm hopeful for you, because you know what? At the end of the day, us being in the same conference is one thing. So, I don't want you to win many games, but we've both been through a lot of heartbreaks, and we have been hungry for a winner for a long time. So at the end of the day, before I give out my projections for this season, GG's Miami. I'm excited to see you week 1. With that being said, you're not going to like what I got to say. But so I was looking at projections for this game, and it's around 70-30. People got the Chargers winning this game, but by a very close margin. I was looking at the projections, and it's around a 3-point difference. A lot of people have us winning by less than a touchdown, and it makes sense. We're both very stacked teams. We have a lot of talent. Obviously, there's going to be the Tua and Herbert factor, but here's my take on this. Look, I do think Herbert is on the top tier list of QBs, but I know a lot of Charger fans are going to like this. He still has to prove it. I love Herbert, but it's time for him to take over this offense. This is your team. Take over. Out of all the young QBs, because the AFC is absolutely stacked, man. We have basically all the young talented QBs outside of Jalen is in the AFC. And now you have Anthony Richardson and CJ Stroud and who knows who else comes here next year. So the AFC is an absolute gauntlet. But I will say there's one thing that I wish Herbert had a little Burrow in him, man. I love the confidence and the way that Burrow commands a game. And I want to see that from Herbert this year. And I think he's going to do it. And, you know, watching some of the preseason training camp videos, it looks like this is going to be the year where he really just takes over. And I think Herbert has all the potential in the world. He has, I think, the highest ceiling. I think he could be he's on that Mahomes level if he can start to command the team. Excuse me. I don't know why, but I've been craving a lot of caffeine lately. But Herbert can do this. He has the potential. So going into this week, look, I'm sorry. If I had to take a QB out of this, hopefully I'm not coming off too biased. I'm taking Justin Herbert. I think he has all the intangibles you would want in a quarterback. I think with Kellen Moore's offense, he's going to thrive. I think he's going to be in the MVP race. I honestly believe we will be a top 5 offense, and he will win MVP this year. Sounds incredibly biased, I know. But I truly believe that with all the weapons he's been given, with Keenan, Mike, Palmer, Johnston, and Davis, I think this is going to be extremely deadly. I think we're going to be throwing deep again. I think with those weapons at wide receiver, Everett is going to get open more often. I think Eckler's going to have more space to run. I think Joshua Kelly's going to have a great season. If we can stay healthy in the offensive line, I think we're going to have one of the top offensive lines in the league. Seeing what Sawyer did last year, having Slater back, I hope Pipkins can stay healthy. Same thing with Lindsley. I think we have a top offensive line. And then going on to the defensive side of the ball, you know what? Before that, let me say this. Because this offense is going to go up against the Miami Dolphins defense, and Vic Fangio has been a huge addition, I think, for the Miami Dolphins. Chubb was added last year, and he didn't look great. I'll be honest. He didn't look great for y'all last year. I think with him and Fangio back together, it's going to make a huge difference. I think Chubb is going to play at that Pro Bowl level again. I really like Jalen Phillips, Holland. Wilkins is playing for a contract, so I think he's going to come out hungry. You have Jerome Baker out there. You guys got some players. I think this defense is going to be really, really good this year, and so that's going to be one huge improvement that I think you made, right? We added Kellen Moore. You added Vic Fangio. I think that's going to be massive for this team, for both of our teams. And I think that's going to be a fun battle. Here's where I feel like we have the biggest advantage over Miami, though. And this is why I don't think this game is going to be as close as people think. I think this game is actually going to be lopsided. My prediction is going to be us winning this game 34-17. And before people, get mad at me for that, I want to explain why. I think when we played this team last year in December, we ended up winning 23-17. We were missing Rashawn Slater. And we were going through Joe Lombardi's terrible offense, and we were just nickeling and diming down the field. I don't think that'll be the case this year. We'll be more well-balanced. We have more weapons. We're fully healthy on the offensive side. We are going to be scary. Defensively, though, one thing that I've noticed people are not talking about when it comes to us playing Miami again. We were able to man Miami. We played a lot of man coverage. We took the middle of the field away from Tua, and we forced him to make a lot of tight window throws, and it did not go his way. At the end of the day, Tua, I think in the first half, had 25 passing yards. The only touchdown I think they had was that fluke fumble where Tyreek Hill grabbed it and ran it in for a touchdown. At the end of the game, he had to run 140 yards, and one of those plays was like a 30-yard pass play. So, Tua played awful that game. And I think he's going to be in for more of the same this week. So, one thing that people are not taking into consideration for this game. Last season, for this game, we were missing Sebastian Joseph Day, Austin Johnson, our starting nickel corner, and Bryce Callahan. We were missing Joey Bosa. We were missing J.C. Jackson. We were missing Derwin James. And we're not even taking into account that we added Kendricks to this defense. Those are 7 guys. 7 guys. You don't think plugging in those 7 players will make a difference in this game? I think if these players were in last season, this game would have been much, much different. And the thing that I really like, why I think Miami should be a little worried, because I think we're a bad matchup for them. Joey Bosa changes the game because now we can drop back all of our secondary and just rush 4 guys. Because seeing Morgan Fox out there was another great pass rusher. Morgan Fox is going to be hard to go one-on-one. And people can't double team Morgan Fox because they're going to have to choose whether to double team Khalil Mack or Joey Bosa. Joey Bosa is going to make Khalil Mack better. He's going to make Morgan Fox better. He's going to make our secondary better because Tua's going to have to make decisions quicker. And if we have to, and we are able to take away the middle and play man coverage the way we did last game against the Dolphins, this is going to be brutal for them. I'm so excited to see what J.C. Jackson can bring to the table. J.C. Jackson paired with Asante Samuels, Davis, Derwin James roaming out there. I'm excited to see what Gilman can do, because he did play really well last year when his number was called, and we were able to rely on him. So I'm excited to see his growth this year. Now, that is the biggest reason why I feel like this game will be different this year. People are not giving enough credit to how decimated the Chargers were defensively last season. And Miami, I know you might feel different about that, and I would love to hear your opinion. If you think, I actually want to hear this more from people that believe Miami's going to win this game. Tell me why. Why do you feel that? What aspect of the game do you think you're going to be better at this game for us? There's only 2 things that I worry about, and that is going to be this. None of our starters played in the preseason, so I feel like some of them might be a little rusty. None of them got a snap, so I think it's going to take them a little while to actually get into game mode, because you're going to have a little more nerves knowing that you haven't been out there. Also, being actual game ready is going to be different than you going through scrimmages and practices. So that will be a little bit of a situation that the Charger team is going to have to overcome during the first half of this game. It is a new offense, but my biggest concern is this. If Miami can run the ball on us, I think that is going to be the thing that makes this game closer than it should be. And it's going to be another test to see whether Brandon Staley can figure out how to stop the run, because we have been one of the worst rushing defenses in the league. If I was Miami, my thing would be, I don't want this game to go into a shootout between Justin Herbert and Tua Tagovailoa, because I don't think Tua is going to win that. I trust our offense against their defense more than I trust Tua versus our defense. If I was them, my course of action would be, let's run the ball, let's keep Justin Herbert off the field, and let's get this game grimy. Can we stop the run? And I think that's going to be extremely key this game. I think with our secondary, as crazy as it is for Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, their speed is always going to be dangerous, but I feel like we can handle it with the secondary back there, especially with J.C. Jackson back, Derwin back. Davis is faster than people think. Asante Samuels has made huge leaps. I think we're going to be fine covering these players. The biggest thing is, can we make Tua uncomfortable? Can we take away the run? Those are my biggest takeaways from this game. And I think we can do both. I think we can be a top 10 defense. I'm going to go all in and have all the faith in the world for Brandon Staley, even though I haven't been the biggest fan. But it's time for me to have that faith. I believe in you. I believe in this team. And I'm really ready to kind of see what we have in store for everybody. But that is kind of my take. I think it's going to be around 34-17. I think we're going to start off a little sluggish because of, it being a new offense, us being a little rusty. But I think we take this game commanded convincingly. I think our defense is going to be too much for Miami's offense. I think our offense will figure out Vic Fangio, and eventually they just won't be able to stop us. But then again, I know a lot of people might have different opinions, different takes. So if you think Miami is going to win this game, I would love to hear your opinion. And by how much? And what aspect of the game do you think you will actually dominate? But like I said, those are my 2 cents. You don't have to believe me. I'm excited for this third matchup. Like I said, Miami, GGs, you have a great team. We're about to go through a fun season. We both have had our share of heartbreaks. We're both trying to rebuild a winner. We will be compared to one another for years to come because of the Tua Justin Herbert debate. I do wish you good luck. We are in a tough AFC. We're both in difficult divisions. I think yours might even be tougher than ours now. But I'm excited for the season, man. That's my take. I think our defense is going to be the biggest difference in this game. But I'm ready. I'm ready to see this Kellen Moore offense. I'm ready for the week 1 excitement. I'm ready to be at the game and be at Thunder Alley. I'm ready for fantasy football. But I hope you guys will share your 2 cents and we can have open discussion and open dialogue about it. And I will see you after, our Sunday victory. Hopefully, I'm not just being overconfident. Got to come back crying, but see y'all soon. Peace.